Art influences society by changing opinions, instilling values, and translating experiences across space and time, and are often described to be the repository of society's collective memory. How, in your opinion, can art and cultural values impact positively on the present state of insecurity and our mutual strive for economic betterment?
Simply, going back to our old way, old customs that were taught to us by our parents. This customs tradition, art still inclusive with it, were created to improve our social economic growth in the communities. We go back to this customs, old way of worship. Our parents, most probably, they were craftsmen, fishermen, good cooks. They handed over their skills to their children, who eventually did to the next generation. But nowadays, all these things are looked about, like Mr. Architect Sule said. A lot of the youth these days don't think that is priority. They've been disregarded because they have no idea where they come from. They have no ideas of their traditional way of life. They have no idea about their culture because of Christianity, because of trying to belong. And I don't want to emphasize too much on religion. You understand? It's already a very, very sensitive issue, especially amongst the youth. A lot of you, I don't think, let's just leave it as that, but it has a lot to do with colonialism, and they brought in different foreign cultures to us. And so we lost, our value systems became disregarded and looked at as unchristian and stuff. So simple things like weaving cloth, dyeing, which was very, very common in Kano. He was, Anita Salis was talking about the Almajiris. In those days, Kano, the men were the ones that have been to their dyeing halls. It's the men that do the dyeing. You understand? If there's going to be a particular ceremony, coming of age, feeding, farming, or anything, it's the men that dye, and the materials have a peculiar design for it. But now all these things have been pushed under the carpet. Everybody wants to wear jeans, trousers, hoodies, and a lot of other things.
I'm wearing a jean.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but to a certain extent, like I'm wearing something that's embroidered by a Hausa guy, you'll never believe it. So as much as possible, even if every day we get up and dress up, we should always try to promote this. Most of these artists that are still in the village, they don't have access to come to town. And Mr. Salis mentioned about the fact that a lot of people from the rural areas are already moving to the cities. Now this is because most of these traditions like dyeing, wood carving, sculpturing that our mothers and fathers taught us have not been supported by maybe policies that should have been created to support these things. Everybody's moving out of the villages to come to the cities to look for things that they think will be of better interest. But if you go to places like Oshogo, certain places in Kano, certain places down south, you find lots of people still carving and still sculpturing, still doing cloth dyeing, and they were taught by their parents, but it's not encouraging because everybody wants to come. You understand what I'm trying to say? And meanwhile, all these little arts and crafts are the things that generate tax revenue, they generate finance, job opportunities for the community, the rural communities. Yes. Thank you.